Hey everybody, Dave Guccione here for Black Cat Fireworks. We're going to be discussing today what's the difference between 4th of July fireworks and New Year's fireworks. So let's get started. Okay, we have two of the biggest fireworks holidays in the United States, July 4th and New Year's Eve. First, July 4th, you know, that is the traditional fireworks, the most traditional fireworks holiday. And so basically, you're going to be celebrating from probably 8 in the morning, depending on where you're at, with people doing novelties, snaps, snakes, smoke, to all the way to midnight. And in a future video, we're going to talk about fireworks etiquette. And I always kind of say, if you're shooting fireworks after midnight, you're not being a good neighbor or a good fireworks enthusiast, basically. But let's get back to the 4th of July. So you're going to start the afternoon off with some smoke, probably for the kids, some snakes, some daytime items. There's actually a couple of daytime items at Black Cat Fireworks, very, very popular. Smoke balls, number one. Have to have your smoke balls going in the afternoon. You have to have your snakes and some of your novelties also. Then let's move into the early evening, and you're going to want to get warmed up. Before your show starts, you're going to want to make sure you have everybody has sparklers or a morning glory, so they're part of the team, but have a single shooter or maybe a team of shooters, both who have not been partaking in adult beverages or anything else that could keep them impaired from doing a great job shooting the 4th of July fireworks show. And then once again, roll into your fireworks show into the evening. 4th of July, it's going to be warmer, number one. Number two, you're going to be starting, probably depending on what part of the country, a little bit earlier in the evening than you would be on a New Year's Eve celebration. It's going to start at midnight. So your fireworks show is going to really depend on your budget, on how much help you have. You know, you can have an unlimited amount of show on the 4th of July. New Year's Eve is a little bit different, depending on what part of the country you're in. And we have a lot of our retailers that give us feedback saying, you know what, I'm only open on New Year's Eve. And the reason why I'm only open on New Year's Eve because we only sell maybe 1 or 2 items. So say you're celebrating in the north where there could be snow on the ground. Weather could be an issue, but you still want to pop some fireworks. A single fuse is going to be probably the most popular thing for a New Year's Eve celebration somewhere in the north where the weather might not be as hospitable. A fountain, a reloadable, whatever's legal in your area. Now, let's talk about the south on the New Year's Eve. In the Houston, Texas, southern Texas area, Louisiana, Alabama, Mississippi, Florida, New Year's Eve, in some places, rivals the 4th of July as far as fireworks enthusiasm. And depending on what part of the country you're in, the fireworks could start as soon as dusk. And in the wintertime, dusk could be 5 o'clock at night. But really, things really rev up around 10 p.m., 11 p.m. down south. And then once New Year's Eve hits, that's when people are setting off their large 16,000 string of firecrackers, and Diablos are going off, their Patriots are going off then. So really, this really depends on what part of the country you're in, and you'll know if you're in the South, if you're in Louisiana on New Year's Eve, you know it's going to be a big night of fireworks. So once again, discussing New Year's Eve and discussing 4th of July fireworks for Black Cat Fireworks, Dave Guccione, and we'll see you next time.